Hi guys!
Hey!
Welcome to another episode of Sisterhood Weekly. Today we're going to do college tips, especially for freshmen, but they can be really for anybody. So, let's get started! Okay.
So we have 5 categories, and then we have like a little bonus miscellaneous kind of category.
Hey, I was doing just fine before.
So the first one we have is food tips.
Because food in college, let's be honest, it's not the best, and it's kind of hard to stay on track. So my first tip that I put down is drink lots of water, because your skin definitely will get dry and it'll break out, and if you don't drink water,
Okay. So my first tip is to keep healthy snacks, specifically like fruits, like pears and apples, because you can take it on the go. Grapes are another good snack because you can pop them in the freezer at night and then let them defrost during the day so that they're nice and cold. So you can eat them in class.
Another thing is just invest in cheap snacks. Okay, so we have a 7-Eleven right next to our dorm, and they're like $1.50. It's easy.
Mm-hmm. And then my last tip is to keep wraps in your house, because you can do a lot with wraps. You can put tuna in a wrap, you can make quesadillas, you can put a little deli meat in there, or you can just like make it for a breakfast burrito, whatever the case is. Wraps are really cheap, like they're $1.99 I think a pack of 10. That's enough for every day you have lunch and breakfast.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so our next topic is study tips.
Well, for starters, find a friend. So me and Tori have a lot of classes together. We're in pretty much every class except one.
And we take 5 together.
Yeah. So find a friend, because in case you missed class and you need to find out what the homework is, or you need to find out what the test is about, you have any questions, always pick a buddy. When you get your friend, you can either do a study group, or you can do what we sometimes do if like one of us goes home for the weekend, which is review our notes and put stars next to things that professors find important.
I study, so what I do, and it's helped me since I was a freshman. I rewrite my notes that were given in class, and then I'll put them all on index cards. Mm-hmm. So I'll rewrite them first, and then I'll put them on index cards, and that pretty much helps me through anything, to be honest.
Yeah, and honestly, with the index cards, me and Tori, what we'll do is we'll take them and we'll split it in half.
So we'll split them?
So we'll split them in half, and then she'll see the answers and I'll see the questions. So she'll read the question. So let's say it says transference on it. So in my mind, I say, okay, transference. So that's feelings or attitudes that a client has about a counselor. So
and then in my head, I'm thinking transference, and then we say it.
If I was your best friend.
Okay, so our next topic is friends. Friends. Okay, so under this topic, my first thing that I wrote down is don't worry, because everyone is in the same boat. I know I was really, really nervous to go in there and walk into my first class and not know anybody. And then I was going to be like the outcast. I was going to be sitting in my room all the time because I had no friends. But it's not like that. Trust me.
Yeah, when I came to this school, I didn't know anybody. Nobody from my high school came to this school.
Neither.
Nobody I knew from any other high school where I live came to this school. So it was really overwhelming for me the first day. But luckily, my psychology class only had about 15 students, and this one was one of them. And, we just kind of formed like a little alliance. Like I said, we kind of found a friend for the study group, in case we needed homework or whatever. Tip number 2 is start off with one friend. So initially, my school had a little orientation. So that's where I met Alyssa, and I met Tori. So she was my second friend, and Hannah, and so on and so on. And then eventually I met Leo, and I think that's how you
good. Grow. Mm-hmm. And that's our little friend group now.
Yep.
Well, mine personally was my roommate. I mean, it didn't really work out that well, but at least I had that one person to latch on to when I was meeting everybody.
Same.
So keeping your friends close, just having a small group of friends. So everyone that's on Sisterhood Weekly, that's pretty much our friend group. Like,
Of course, we hang out with other people when we go
Right.
to like the parties and the clubs and stuff, but still, we have those base friends.
yeah.
And then my other tip is be open to meeting other people. So going back to the club situation party scene, whenever we go out, and we'll touch on this again later, we like to have at least 4 of us.
We went to a local club.
Yeah, you know, I told Tori, let's go. And I met up with one of my friends that I met last year. And she brought her roommate. So I was introduced to her roommate. And I introduced Tori to my friend introduced Tori to the roommate, and that's how you kind of get friends. As long as you're open and you're willing to meet new people, people will attract to you. And that kind of goes with having a good vibe, you know, and that's something that we always talk about, you know, with each other. Like, we have good vibes, you know, staying positive and making sure that, like I said, you're just open to wanting to meet people and being accepting of people who may not, you know, be how your friends group back at home looked or acted, you know?
Don't dwell on how your friends at home were
Because they're not here.
They're not here. They're doing their own thing, and it's you. You're the one in college. You're the one that has to make friends.
We're not saying though that your friends from home are irrelevant, but when you're here, you have to be open to getting new groups of friends.
Very true.
'Cause I just wanna look good for you, good for you.
So exercise tips.
Okay, so I don't go to the gym. I'm not a real big exercise person in that way. So I wrote down walk to class because lots of people take the bus or they drive. And it's a really good way just to rejuvenate yourself. Just walking to class, you can get fresh air, look at the scenery. It doesn't really matter. Just somehow get exercise. You don't have to go to the gym, but Kiani,
I
go to the gym.
Last year, I went to the gym like twice a week. I was really motivated, especially towards the end of the year, because I was trying to get summertime fine. But
I can't do it with you today.
oh my gosh. Okay, so anyway. So
She was talking about her summertime fine. Continue.
So but anyway, this year I find myself not really going to the gym as often as I should. But I think you should. But I think you should take advantage of the gym because it's a free service. At least in our school it is, and I'm pretty sure in everybody else's school it is.
Yeah.
So take advantage, because when you go back home over the summer, you're not gonna have a free gym. You have to buy that membership. So take advantage of it while you have it here.
Yeah, true. This going along with my other tip, just get outside, do something. Play football. I know we have a common area and people play football, they play
Soccer.
volleyball. Yeah, just do that.
My tip is exercising apps. I have a few exercising apps, like a yoga app. I have an ab app. So yeah, definitely exercise apps. They're free. Of course, some of them you have to pay for. And health apps. So there's one called Daily Calorie Collector or something
Or
like
My
that.
Fitness app.
Yeah, My Fitness
Or
Pal.
Lose It, or
Mhm.
something like that, and you track your food and everything.
Yep. And
I used that last year, and that was
Me
my
too.
lifesaver.
Young Moolah, baby.
Our next topic,
so once you get your body looking right.
our next tip is boys and partying. So my first tip was don't rush into anything because I kind of made that mistake and it didn't end well. Moving on. Number 2.
Confide in friends. Just make sure that you tell your friends where you're going or who you're going with, and if you can bring them along, not to third wheel, but just sometimes you need somebody to, not go along with you to the date, but come along with the ride. You know what I mean? Like listen to you, be able to give advice, and you have to be able to take it as well, because your friends are going to support you and they're going to tell you how it is because they don't want to see you get hurt. So make sure you confide in them.
Trust me, if I would have listened to my friends, I wouldn't have made a huge mistake.
Moving on.
Anywho, protection. Protection is key, especially in college. I think we all know that. I have to explain. Maybe you should not be watching this or going to college. Okay. Again, moving on. Okay.
When you go to a party, make sure that you keep track of your friends. We had an experience where, one of our friends got a little lit. Just make sure you're keeping track of them and
taking care of them, especially if they're your friend.
Exactly, and because you should expect that from them if something happens to you.
And then our last tip is don't put your drink down.
I know people say it and it's obvious,
but don't.
But seriously,
we've seen it happen
and
before. We've seen it.
It's not good. Trust me, especially when you go out to clubs, people are on
they
the
just
floor.
Like to little slip, and then who knows?
And sometimes your friends are right there while the slip is happening, and they may not genuinely see. So make sure that you're paying attention. If you leave it for but 1 second and look away, you put it back. You rather waste the $10 it is for the drink than,
to be safe.
Yeah, than risk your life.
Mm-hmm.
Fashion killer, she be busy popping tags. She got a lot of pride.
Our next section is just our bonus, and it's dressing tips / miscellaneous things that you should keep in mind for college. So the first one is dress to impress. We're not saying it's a fashion show every day, but we're saying no PJs. I'm sorry, this is not a sub. This is a fact. Pajamas to school is not
acceptable.
It's not acceptable.
Did you not change your underwear at least? That's disgusting. I know you didn't. Change those undies. Go change them. Okay. But yeah, so we're not saying high heels, whatever. But you're in front of a professor and your fellow students.
Yep. And you're paying money, So
don't come to class in PJs.
One more tip I have personally is staying warm. Now, I just posted this on Twitter. If you have a jacket, please wear it. It is 12 degrees out here, and people are coming in short sleeves. My advice for staying warm is making sure you have a scarf with you, because you can always, I keep a scarf in my book bag. You can always put it around your neck, or I have these long scarves, and I wrap it around me like a blanket when I'm in class and it's cold. It's just something to keep your neck warm, even if you don't want to wear a jacket. But please don't come outside with flip-flops or short sleeve shirts or shorts when it is below 30 degrees. Hope you guys enjoyed the tips for college, and I hope that we helped you guys. Please make sure to comment, like, and of course subscribe to our channel.
Love you guys. See you next time. Bye.
I personally like to keep pears and apples in my house.
How do you say pear?
Pears? Whatever, pears.
Pears.
So I like to keep pears and apples in the house. I think that it's really something that you can take on the go. Stop. I'm trying to get through this. I like to keep apples and pears in my house because it's easy. You can take it on the go. Oh my God, Tori! Please!
Can you just say oranges, please?
I like oranges. It's the easiest snack for you to be able to take fruits.
Come on.
Grapes are also something that I like to keep.
I almost peed a little. I'm so delirious.
Oh my God,
what's going
on? Staring at us. Come on. Okay. Wait, Tori.